We've made it to our first key matchups video of the 2020 NFL season. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Evan Lazar. We're not outside of Gillette Stadium doing this video, but we'll take what we can get at this point. Patriots, Dolphins coming our way in Foxborough at 1 p.m. on Sunday. Let's talk the marquee matchup everyone wants to talk about, Stephon Gilmore and DeVante Parker. Now, we know Parker had his way in Week 17 with Gilmore in a kind of surprising execution and definitely Gilmore's worst game of the season. How is that going to be avoided in Week 1?
That's a really good question, Sierra. And last year, 7 for 119, 7 catches, 119 yards against Gilmore for DeVante Parker with Gilmore in coverage. Let's put it to you that way. And I think the biggest thing going into this one is you rewatch a lot of those catches. Some of them Parker does clearly just win, and beat Gilmore on a route or whatever. But a lot of them were just beating him at the catch point, just jump balls, especially against those zero blitzes where Ryan Fitzpatrick was just throwing the ball up in the air as high as he could and allowing Parker to go up and get it. I don't think that we're going to see a repeat of them being, of Gilmore getting beat so often just at the catch point. He's right all over Parker, but he's just getting beat by a really good jump ball receiver. The one thing that you will see with Parker, though, that I think that maybe is the strategy that Gilmore will use this time, is playing a little bit more off of him. I think is a good idea because in order to, really when you go up against guys that are fast, you might want to press them. You might want to get into their faces a little bit and disrupt them at the line of scrimmage to throw off the timing of everything. But when you play with a guy that's just going to go up and jump ball you, I think that playing off a little bit and kind of keeping your eyes on the quarterback and allowing yourself to see the ball coming in the air gets you into a much better position. So Gilmore is usually a guy that likes to play pressed, but I think that in this game, him playing off a little bit more might allow him to kind of adjust to the ball a little bit better than he did last year.
Now let's go into a different key matchup that is kind of your signature. I remember from last season, all of your key matchups are just offensive linemen or just people, they're matchups we don't really hear much on the mainstream media. So what's your hidden matchup that's going to be key to this one on Sunday?
Okay, well, I could have gone a lot of different directions with this one in the trenches here, but I am going to go with a couple of names that people do know. It's going to be Jermaine Illuminor versus Kyle Van Noy. And usually in the Patriots defense, Kyle Van Noy is lined up over the right tackle. Now, maybe he'll line up more over the left tackle and it will be Isaiah Wynn, but we'll see. I think he's going to stay in his spot, so I'm going to put him over Illuminor. This is a really nice first test for Illuminor because Van Noy, not necessarily the flashiest of pass rushers. This isn't a guy like a Chandler Jones or a Khalil Mack or someone like that that's going to hit you with a bunch of different moves, but he's really, really stout. He's a very steady edge setter, and he also does make you respect that speed around the corner just a little bit. So I think that this is a really nice test for Illuminor to kind of go into the season going up against a real opponent. This is not, Kyle Van Noy is no slouch, right? We're not talking about some rookie or something like that. So at least it's a test for him, but we're not putting him in the Hall of Fame quite yet. So I think that's a really nice matchup for the Patriots on the right side of their line. Getting Van Noy off the line and being able to push him in the running game, I think is going to be a big step forward for this rushing attack this season.
We don't have Alex here to do Brian Flores versus Bill Belichick, but we know that's what it would have been for all the rest of our Patriots coverage leading up to this matchup. You can find it on our website at clnsmedia.com. And as always, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Patriots Press Pass.